Hi, I'm Alice. I'm 27 years old and I come from Prague, Czech Republic. I used to live in England for more than 4 years, where I was not only studying but also working as a nursery teacher. I used to live in a town called Chelmsford in Essex, which is actually not far from London. While living and working in the UK can be thrilling and fulfilling, there are many aspects that can be no-go for you. So today I want to talk about pros and cons of living in the UK as an international student and expat. Obviously, let's start with the positives, so let's start with pros. The first and the biggest benefit of living in the UK is definitely the education, which is one of the best in the world. You can visit different international courses or you can apply for university. There are many universities that have been ranked as the best in the world, like Oxford or Cambridge. So this is definitely the best place for you to not only make international friends, but also be fluent in English and start actually building your career. Another pro is that working in the UK has many advantages because there are many industries all over the UK. So you can focus on your sector or you can even start something completely new. Don't forget that English is still international language, so your English must be at least fluent to find a decent job. But even if you decide to stay there or return back home, your CV will be definitely more diverse. Another, and this time huge pro, is that you can access mostly free healthcare. This is one of the best perks of living in the UK because you can only apply for the national insurance number, and after that you can have access to a wide range of treatments. So this is the best way for newcomers. Next is that the UK is very culturally diverse. The UK, and especially London, has become a melting pot of different cultures where you can meet people from different countries. It's great to visit different festivals, music clubs, bars, pubs, restaurants, whatever you want, and you can create new friends, maybe find some new contacts, and that will be definitely an interesting experience for you. Because, for example, we visited Czech restaurant, Czech pub, and it was just fun to feel a little bit like home because we could also visit some Czech concert of our famous musicians, and it was so much fun. Another benefit is that you don't need to travel far because England is actually a very beautiful country, so I recommend you to explore its beauty. You can visit Scottish Highlands, different lakes, forests, or explore the beauty of County of Cornwall, where you can walk along the beaches and explore the beautiful landscapes. Every weekend we went for some trip and explored the beauty of England and the whole of the UK because it was really worth seeing that. For people who want to travel a little bit further out of England, England has the best position of traveling abroad because you can take a ferry, Eurotunnel, go to France, to Paris for one day, explore Europe, or there are many airports in London, so you can actually travel all over the world because this position is really the best. Now let's look at some negative aspects, which are cons. Let's start with the first one, which is actually quite fresh, and that's Brexit. Brexit has become quite a popular topic all over the UK, and it has become quite a problem for newcomers because now you need to apply for a visa, which can be expensive and of course quite problematic. It depends what country you come from, but the paperwork and everything is definitely much more difficult than it used to be in the past. For me, the biggest con was being homesick, which means that I missed my family, and if I wanted to take a holiday, I had actually two options. I could go on some holiday abroad or maybe exploring the UK, or I could go home to visit my family. So I think this is quite a huge con for some people who don't have much holiday because they either have to decide if they go home or maybe they go on their holiday. For me, it was mostly visiting family, but then after leaving and returning back to England, I was quite lonely and sensitive, and it was very difficult for me to say goodbye every time, and there were times when I really felt homesick and missed my family. As I mentioned, education in the UK is one of the best in the world. That also means that it's incredibly expensive. If you want to apply for university, you need to have maybe a student loan or you need to apply for scholarship. but most of the students actually can't apply because they don't have enough finances to actually pay these courses or these studies. I, for example, studied a language course, which was obviously much cheaper, and you still can get your certificate. And even if you approve your tax income, that maybe you don't earn so much money or it could be difficult for you, the state can actually help you with some financial stuff like that. But generally, you need to pay for education in the UK. Not only the education in the UK is expensive, the cost of living is expensive as well. And I'm talking about rents, especially in London. So newcomers usually try to avoid London because it's incredibly expensive. Be prepared that you will not be able to probably rent your own apartment because first, it's expensive, and second, you need to have your credit score and a little bit financial history in the UK. So newcomers usually prefer shared houses and they rent a room. This can be quite difficult for some people who prefer privacy, and it is still very expensive even if you want to rent a room in comparison, for example, with my country.